Is this in London?
I think so.
Yeah,
This is it.
This is London. This is West London.
Allah Akbar.
Oh, you have to, didn't you? You're horrible.
Just let a few people come into the chat, and I'll speak up now in a second, everyone.
Is it? Are we
that to the financial district, boys?
This is the point, right? Like they've got everyone at it on social media, causing a hubbub, causing a hubbub, and it's like the people are gonna get like they're so blasé to stuff. They're like, because of the way people are saying on social media, they need to flatten it like a car parking lot, turn Gaza into car parking lot. Like they're hearing these people. They're hearing people saying it, and then they're going to be like saying it themselves. Do you know what I mean? It's very dangerous, I think.
Take a beer.
All the social media.
There's multiple sides to it, isn't there? There's obviously the first level pick a side dialectic bullshit, and just the.
Can we turn the volume down on the stream a little bit, please?
I mean, I think we have heard Muslims shouting before.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think you got that, but then also there's the whole thing of it's like you said about people's responses to things and that increased apathy, and it's like when you think about it rationally, the only reasonable response to this from people in Western countries really is to be like that video you shared earlier, the Ethan Winstanley take of like, why does it affect us? You know, why should we be sucked into this conflict, this dialectic? I've said multiple times in like over and over the years, you know, we should never have fucked around in the Middle East. You know, it never caused anything but problems.
It should be nothing more than evidence of who your government is controlled by.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just bollocks, isn't it? And then that manufactured apathy is a problem in itself, in a way, isn't it? Because you pick the correct side, and this is what I say about some of these psyops being so clever, where it forces you into a position where even if you pick the reasonable option, you still get fucked by this, you know, this just like intense
people that have already fought. Yeah, they've already fought they've already got all posts covered, didn't they? So
and I think there's going to be a lot. I mean, this seems like such a sentiment analysis psyop, doesn't it? Like, it seems like every part of this, they're testing the waters and checking reactions and these extreme reactions on all these sides, and do you know what I mean? They're constantly fucking measuring it, and that's what it feels like to me, anyway.
That's what the whole of social media is, though. It's just a device to gauge their measurements. I'm saying.
Okay, good evening, everyone in the chat. Today we're going to have a bit of a combo between Untenable Position Alex, Jim Bob, and Welshie. So we're going to be going maybe for 2 to 4 hours, depending on how it runs, and we'll just see what develops.
Hang on a minute there. You didn't say nothing to me about no time schedule.
No, you signed up for this. You signed the contract.
Yeah.
4 hours.
Your lawyer Goldstein told me that you'd be contractually obliged to do 4 hours.
Yeah, and hopefully, well, look, you can go when you go, like, but I might be on for about 4 hours. Tops.
Right. Well, I've got to go in 7 minutes to a meeting, but I'll be back afterwards.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna have some videos, lives from all over the world with protests as well. So hopefully, anyone find any lives, let Lisa know in the chat, and she'll vet them and put them through.
6 minutes now, Matthew.
I don't know what the situation is with the airstrikes at the moment, but I would say if you have a look, at least there's Al Jazeera English that had Netanyahu speaking a minute ago, and when he was speaking, there was loads of missiles going off. Fucking hell.
CGI, mate.
CGI missiles. Jim's the starter of the no missiles theory.
Suck a beer.
How scary is that, though, boys?
What all of this that's scary? I mean, there's a lot of things about this that could potentially be scary.
What's the scariest aspect for you personally, UP? What's your scariest? What's the scariest takeaway?
Um, do you know what the scariest takeaway in a way is? Like I said, that I just personally just don't care, and that level of apathy is probably not good. But at the same time, like geopolitics has just been so fake and so gay for so long that you just get you don't just get into this apathy, don't you? Do you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
in a way, like I do think that is scary because it just shows like as society and humanity and everything like that, like the stage
What,
we're kind of
what,
at, where it's not even like we strongly feel like the war shouldn't happen or be bad or whatever. At this stage, you kind of like we're we're desensitized, Sarah. That's right.
yeah, I mean, what I felt a little bit disconcerted by was when I was viewing a Greek immigrant center, asylum center, and they were having a big party with the terrorism they were seeing. They were all dancing up and down and chanting, you know, about having a beer and Alan and his bar, and they, I just thought, oh, they're on their way to Europe. They're in Europe now. They're coming north now. Nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, as
Mm.
Ian said, that the scariest thing is they're all over the UK. Surely it's a scarier proposition that this could lead to like
Mm.
even more mass immigration from these war-torn countries, as is part of the process that
Yeah.
we see unfold in, you know.
Well,
Especially if they take on board what these influencers on the internet are shouting about, leveling the place and fucking turn
well,
it into a parking lot, then
well, well.
that makes everything else inevitable. Do you know what I
Okay.
Yeah.
mean?
So if they turn around, which they've already done, by the way, stop the water and the electric. Um, the water is a completely different thing to the electric. So I think it's that's something they should not do. Um, sort of genocide in the end. You're keeping them in an open air prison. They can't even have water. So that's not going to
Oy
do them.
vey.
That's not going to do
Oy
any favor.
vey.
That's not going to do many favors internationally. But I don't know what point or what was I leading to. Sorry.
At this point, are we even past like Matthew saying Kalergi plan stuff? It's like we've even past it because you look at the Agenda 2030 stuff, and it's all very open on the website about the movement of people and all this stuff that they want to do. It's all on there. No, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like a lot of it goes back to that kind of the geopolitical
Hmm.
theatre, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just
Well,
that's why this feels really staged because like, I know it's the cut off the electricity, but it's like Arabs film fucking everything, yeah. And Israel's like fairly rich westernized country. It is a rich westernized country pretty much. So like you'd think there would have been more like live streams. I know there's been a bit of video and stuff come out, but it does feel very psyopy. I know everything feels psyopy now, and we are jaded, but
I've got a video.
like Ukraine did at the start of that, and it was so psyopy, and it's like reports say and all this, and it was all very like, do you know what I mean? Just psyopy.
right.
You got
So
a video. What's your video
okay?
of?
What's going on in
I'll show
London here?
you.
Yeah. Yeah, Lee. Oh, yeah. Can you do it from
Oh,
your
is it
side?
kicking off?
Well, I don't
Is
know.
it kicking off?
They seem to be running a little bit there. What I know of London, he
When
seems
you
to be
see a bit of
jogging.
running.
See
No,
a bit
the
of
police are
jogging.
walking though. That's the thing that
Yeah,
makes me
I
think it's
know.
not
I
kicking
know.
off.
I know. I know. I know. I've
When you
seen
see the police running, that's when you.
that.
Why is this leaking, man?
Well, you're Willie Jim.
No.
Look, they had an Uber driver beat their own. An Uber driver from Afghanistan beat this on. They all cheered. Deliveroo driver. Lise, I don't know what Al Jazeera English is
Lots of
showing at the
delivery
moment.
drivers.
Ha ha ha. Squatters.
Do you want me to put it on then or not?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
Put on
what.
Al Jazeera?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if they're not showing anything, but
I've
yeah,
got a video, but I can't seem to share it.
You just go on present or whatever, and you can either show a video if you got it saved, or you can share it on a tab.
Where? Oh yeah, no.
Stream your present at the bottom.
Hello, Rex.
oh, you boomers.
Fuck knows.
We'll drop it in the back chat then, and Lisa can pick it up from there.
Yeah, let me just get the fucking. I'll put it in the.
Put it in
would
private.
Gimbals
would
are
I-
haram.
who would I have thought? Like the two boys here, we got Untainable, who's pretty big on the computer with his dancing, his raving.
Yeah, this one, Lisa.
It's just because I
Can
don't
you
use
see it?
StreamYard enough. I've only just figured some of the stuff out on there. I'm not a big time
Put it in
streamer like you
what
boys,
channel?
am I?
Put it in private chat.
No, it's just in. I've just presented it. It's like present. You know.
Let's have a look.
No, it's not on here.
Yeah, might be on there. Let's have a look. I got one here, Jim.
It's in. It's backstage.
Yeah, I know it is.
Yeah, yeah, she is. Yeah, she
Yeah.
is.
So what is it before we play it?
Watch it.
No, it can't be shit, mate. Can't be shit. You can't have. Oh, it's fake. Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
You seen it?
Oh, it's fake. Oh, it's fake. Yeah.
Have
Is
you
this not
seen
just
it?
them filming for a movie or some shit? Like, you know.
Don't know, man. They don't have movies in Israel, do they?
Well, they're both. doing
What
it,
in Israel or in Palestine?
But no,
Okay.
they was Jews. They were Jews doing that filming, weren't they?
Yeah, but I seen one with Palestinians doing it today as well.
They're all at it. This is the whole point.
Yeah.
This is the whole point. Iran is actually run by Jews. Did you know that?
That was a document you sent me the other night, wasn't it?
Did you read it?
No, I didn't read all of it.
Interesting
Obviously.
stuff.
Okay.
It did sound quite interesting.
So yeah, if you could stick Al Jazeera on, if you could.
Oh shit! I'm a minute past the deadline. Right, I'll be back in a little while, boys.
All right.
Has he got a driving awareness course or something? Got to be there at that price. I did a driver's awareness course, and it's always quite funny. It's obviously, in Wales now we've reduced our speeds to ridiculously. Last year, or they went from 40 to 30 in a lot of lanes.
Yeah.
A double lanes carriageway, so 2 lanes on each side. A fence, a metal fence on each side, and in the middle, and they want you to do 30 down there. Because
there's a lot of places where they just sort of enforce these things as part of these anti-driving kind of measures. Really, it's like nudge unit type fucking behavioural change, isn't it?
At least in places like I don't know, like I seen like a YouTube, Matt Armstrong, the YouTuber. He was in France in his Lambo. He got them speeding twice, and guess what? They fined him twice. At least they're quite honest with it's just cash. It's just cash. It's only cash. If you give us like €100 or €500, you can drive on. Not a problem.
Yeah.
At least just be a bit more honest with everyone. They charged me £100, right? That's 3 points on my fucking license, and I had to sit on a fucking course with some really it was awful. Some high pitched woman voice trying to tell you how to drive, and I had to sit there and I had to put the camera on. They already put the camera on. And you got 2.5 hours. There was like 10, 12 people on the course.
When I did one, it was like fucking, I don't know, years ago, mate, a long time ago, and I had to go. I had to go to the place in person, and just sit through it. It was fucking years ago. I can't remember. It wasn't that hard. I didn't get any points though because I went and did the course. So if you do the course, you didn't have to get the points.
Where they could get across, and then about 2:30
time
in the afternoon, they shut that down. All of the checkpoints, including the main one of Calandia, which takes you from Ramallah into Jerusalem, that's been shut down as well. Nobody is being allowed in or out. My cameraman, just to give you a personal example, my cameraman Joseph is actually a resident of Bethlehem. He can't get to Ramallah.
Joseph can't get to Bethlehem. Holy shit. Biblical.
3.2 million Palestinians have been stopped from moving around within the occupied West Bank. This is, like I say, an effective blockade. But still, there
All right,
have
if
been
we want an end to the
protests
dancing
throughout the
Jews,
day.
maybe I'll go for
Those
the
most
tally
of those
boat
protests
instead.
have actually turned deadly. The death
What's the
toll and the
next one?
injury toll seems to be rising
Tally
as
boat.
the hours go by. We're
Tally
hearing
boat.
that another 5
Tally
people
boat.
have been injured, bringing it up to about 45
I need to
people
get
since
the.
Saturday. At least 17 people have been killed as Israeli forces
It's
have
way too big. I don't know how to
opened
make it just
fire
go to
on
screen
armed
size.
protesters. Those protesters
Uh,
are out giving support and showing support to Hamas and the Hamas
Yeah,
operation.
anyone in the chat that
But there
knows
is a
of a
There
sense
you
good
go.
live
nervousness here right
going
There we
around.
now.
are.
Everybody's watching those scenes on TV
Oh, I
that we
remember
are
that.
as
I
well.
remember that.
And it looks
Tally
like
boat,
the
mate.
bombardment
I
of
fucking
Gaza
love that
is
shit.
like
That's
before,
such a meme,
and they're
really, isn't
worried.
it? That's
They're
such a meme.
Such a
stocking up
meme.
on food in
Yeah,
various parts
It's
of
like they'd see
the West
some
Bank,
shit,
particularly
and
more
the first thing
remote
they do is
areas.
dick
They're
around on
stocking up
pedal
on food
loads
because
with
they
fucking
simply
rocket
don't know
launchers.
what might be
remember the
coming
guy
next.
with the
But
99
as
with a
all of
smile
that
on his
goes
face?
on, there's another fear from the Palestinians living near those illegal
You know, what's
settlements.
this?
Sake,
What's
man.
this? A
Illegal in the
99 and
majority
had
of
a
the West
flake
Bank.
on top.
They're living
He had
there
the
and are
cheesiest
afraid
smile
of
ever.
settler attacks as well.
Yeah,
So
there's
that's
some
where we're
fucking
at
dumb
right now.
memes from around then.
And the
President
trampolines.
Benjamin
They were on
Netanyahu
trampolines
as
for
well
the
as
first time,
many
aren't they?
others still sending
Trampolines.
to the nervousness here.
Yeah, so people
It's like a
stocking
day of
up
just
on
some
food
absolutely
in the occupied
haram
West
shit.
Bank. Israelis told to stock up on
Are
basics for
pedalos
72
haram?
hours
Chat, anyone know?
across Israel, and the only people who can't stock up on anything are the people in Gaza, with the Israeli authorities having tightened their blockade. No food, no water, no electricity entering Gaza there. Imran Khan reporting from Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. Thank you very much. We're going to take a very short break on Al Jazeera. We come back with continuing coverage of the conflict
Remarkably,
between
it seems
Hamas
that while she
and
is still
Israel.
monetized, you can leave him a super chat seemingly. So if anyone does want to do that, that's your answer, Ted.
To the people who have donated recently, I'm gonna buy goggles for the dog because he's getting flies. He's getting flies in his eyes on the bike.
Plenty of hot sunshine across a good part of Europe at the moment. We've got some cloud and rain.
I saw one of your dog on the bike streams. I was like, for fuck's sake, man, that's brilliant.
So that is keeping it very warm.
He goes everywhere, you know.
Winds across Spain, Portugal.
He's
France,
safe in there as well, like unless I crash.
And also into Ireland. This weather system here is gradually sinking.
Yeah, I mean, some people have some quite successful channels where they like roll around with their pets in their bikes, don't they? So
very warm weather.
It could be a good sideline. That'd be funny though. People are like, yeah, like, oh, like some like women and kids and stuff. They're like, oh, I love your dog, and they see the rest of your content.
There in Warsaw, but that warmth pulls further eastwards as we go through Wednesday. Now remember our cold front, that's cooler air sinking a little further southwards as we go through the next couple of days.
I've got a red hoodie as well, just like ET.
Towards
Denmark. I put the red hoodie on sometimes.
Scandinavia.
When you've had a big joint, it feels like you're flying off into the sky.
Sweeping down in the process. Further south, fine and dry. Lots of very warm sunshine. Fabulous weather continuing here.
Yeah, anyone in the
quite funny that there was a Qatar Airlines advert. I've just seen someone in chat point that out. We didn't really comment on that, but that was quite
amazing. Sorry. There we are. They're sponsored. Feel more.
Electric bikes are base tic tac.
Tic tac, come on. That's a bit strong, isn't it? All right, free range. I mean, I've paid premium, but I can't knock their adverts off. You know what I mean?
As the conflict between Gaza and Israel escalates,
yeah, links get filtered, dude.
Are on the ground.
The Iron Dome, that's impressive, that Iron Dome.
This is happening right now in Tel Aviv. This was a business.
Is the Iron Dome a meme? I mean, like, why didn't it shoot those dudes on those little paraglider things?
Maybe they weren't, they're only in the centre, aren't they?
Stay with us for the latest developments.
They protect the cities. They don't expect to protect the country.
Yeah, I guess.
Because, you know, the
I
majority...
thought that was like right, just like not far out of the main bit of the town or whatever. Though I think it's not that far out. I don't know.
You're watching Al Jazeera's continuing coverage of the Gaza-Israel war, the very latest this hour. Israel's army says it is carrying out its largest ever bombardment of Gaza.
do me a
spokesperson for
favour,
Hamas's military
Alex.
wing is
Yeah.
threatening to take the lives of Israeli
Have a look to
captives
see if you
for
can see any
new
good
bombing of
streams
civilian areas without
around,
warning.
just to see.
Yeah.
These are scenes
Just keep
from
There's
options.
that
in the
Inquisix has
neighborhood
got the
in the
real-time
besieged
feeds.
enclave. Israel
Those
has
like
also
4
declared a
like
total
CCTV
blockade
camera
of the
ones.
Gaza Strip,
They're
cutting
One's
off
like a
static,
food,
burning
fuel,
building.
water, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they're not statics. They're
Around
lives.
687
yeah, but they're on
including
a tripod. They're
140
not moving.
children,
It's not
Oh
one of
right,
those.
yeah.
Israelis have been killed.
Fuck
Israel's
knows if
prime
there's any
minister
ones
says
actually
an
moving
attack
around.
Al
on Hamas
Jazeera
fighters
earlier on
is
had an
continuing
aerial
to
shot,
operate within southern Israel.
and it was being
And
operated.
developments on Israel's border with
No.
Lebanon. The
Oh, I love
Palestinian
looking at some
armed
updates
group
and see what
Islamic
stream.
Jihad has claimed responsibility for an
This
incursion
just
from
shows you how
Lebanon
current
into
thing
Israel.
works, yeah.
The vast forest fires
Gaza
began
live,
on the Israeli side of
Inquisix
the border near
9.4
Lebanon
thousand
after
watching, yeah.
confrontations
Yeah.
earlier.
Ukraine live,
It's
real-time feeds from
unclear
Ukraine,
at the
70
moment
watching.
how that started. Now,
Fucking
we
all
wanna
those
take a closer
Ukraine
look
flags
at
who are
the
flying
day's
around, they'll be just
developments
pulling
within
down
Israel.
now, quickly
Sarah
hoisting up
Hara,
the
there's this
Palestinian
report from
flag.
West Jerusalem.
If you can have a look, if
Drawn out and tough Israeli
Sky
operation
Sky
against
News
Palestinians
at the
now
London
fighting.
protests, see if anything's
Israel's
happening there.
military
Just have a
says
look
it's
there,
fully
Alex.
regained
Don't bring it up
control
if
of
it's
towns
quiet.
on the southern border with Gaza, and
I'll have a
it's
look.
ready for its next phase in the war. Some of the Hamas fighters were able to evade Israeli security forces for nearly 3 days, while holding a number of Israeli captives in the southern towns. All this as Hamas rockets continue to be
Rishi
fired from
Sunak
Gaza
is
into
attending a
Israel,
Jewish
causing
prayer
destruction
service
to
at the
infrastructure,
Finchley
including a
Synagogue.
police station in Sderot. Israel is threatening further military
Wait,
action in
hey.
Gaza.
We'll need to a
300,000 Israeli
prayer
reservists
service for all the
have been called and
Palestinians
are on
tomorrow night because
standby.
he said to the
With
Israelis
reinforcements
tonight.
Well,
being sent to southern
Because
Israel.
Well,
And now
they're
they're
having a
being
protest tonight, aren't they?
I have ordered a complete siege
yeah, that's
on the
outside
Gaza
Downing
Strip. There
Street.
will
That's
be
they're
no
alive earlier
electricity,
on from
no
there.
food,
Yeah,
no
I was trying
fuel.
to find that. I
Everything
don't
is
think it's alive
closed.
for that anymore.
We
I
are
think
fighting
that's.
human
Oh wait, hang on,
animals,
no.
and we act accordingly.
Fuck, is that?
More than half
Oh
of
no,
the
it's
towns on
finished
the
now.
southern
Yeah,
border
Yeah.
have been
yeah. No, that was
evacuated.
quite big, and then they all walked off.
Israel's cabinet invoked Article 40
So
Aleph on
obviously there's been
Sunday,
protests all
giving
around the world.
effectively the Prime Minister
So
Benjamin Netanyahu
The
and the
comments.
Defence Minister the ability to
Fuck.
make war decisions without consulting the cabinet every time. The last time that was used was for the October 6 war. On Monday, faraway areas from Gaza like Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and an illegal Israeli settlement in occupied West Bank were targeted by Hamas rockets. And in northern Israel, the military says it has killed fighters who attempted to infiltrate from Lebanon, further complicating the war. Sarah Khairat, Al Jazeera, West Jerusalem.
The conflict between Hamas and Israel appears to have polarized world opinion. Many Western countries are backing Israel.
Yeah, if it's good, Lisa, put it up. If it's good, I'll leave it to you.
A world away from Gaza, demonstrators filled the streets of the
There's a
Australian
better
city
way
of Sydney,
to do this, but
waving Palestinian flags and chanting for freedom in Palestine. Surrounded by heavy security, they marched 3 kilometers
Do you want me to
from
bring
the
yours
Sydney
up a
town
minute?
hall
See
to
what
the
you
harbour
got
side
going?
to make
Oh no.
their voices heard.
Who's that? Oh, that's you.
that's Rishi Sunak's little prayer
One
service
banner
thing. There he
reads,
is.
Jews against
So bring it
occupation.
up.
Others
So,
compare
or is it
Palestine
rubbish?
to Ukraine.
Well,
Or
that's
draw
rubbish. It's just a
attention
little
to
thing.
the
I thought
state
that
of
was a
imprisonment in
background
which
thing
over 2
rolling on
million
there, just
Palestinians
so you
Okay.
can see
have
him
been
at
living in
his little
Gaza for the
service.
last 16
Right.
years.
The Palestinians have endured enough, and enough is enough. That's it.
It's amazing. I'm actually on the verge of crying. So I really want an end to this occupation, just like South
Well,
Africa
it's going to come soon, I'm afraid.
did experience that end of genocide. I think
I don't know what
why
they're
would do that
expecting.
to Palestinian people?
I mean, there's people in the chat
Australia
saying
has a
that
large Muslim and Arab
they're going to murder
community,
loads of
including a
innocents.
sizable number of
But I don't
Palestinian
know
refugees.
how would they
The right
expect
of
a different
return
response.
is still the core demand of those who were
Well,
forced from their homes
yeah.
in pre-Israel
I'm
Palestine in
no
1948.
friend of either, you know.
But as these
I think they've all,
protesters gather outside the Sydney Opera House, the building
it's,
lights up with the colors of the Israeli flag.
It
I don't
does
know what
seem a
they're
bit brazen
Of
and
these
convenient,
protesters
but
do
then
not
again, like
represent the
Hamas are
official view of
supposedly
the
terrorists, but
Australian
then again,
government.
they are very
Australia
intertwined with the Palestinian state, so
condemns the
fucking
attack on Israel
both
by
sides are
Hamas.
just going at it, aren't they?
Support for Israel
It's nothing new, but it is a big
across the Western
escalation, isn't
world,
it?
especially by EU and US
That's
leaders.
huge escalation. Like
Even
Jim was saying
Ukraine,
yesterday,
which
like it
says
could
it's
blow up big
dealing
time,
with
you
a
know what I
foreign
mean?
occupation,
Well, yeah, I mean, it is blowing up big time. They'll probably just fucking go at it, like, for some little while now. I mean, you look at, like, Israel are just striking the shit out of Palestine now, aren't they?
Venezuela and South
they were
Africa
doing double
were
taps
among
on
the
targets.
strongest
They were
Yeah, and
supporters
every
of the
country is
Palestinian
staying
side.
fucking hands off on that.
In the Arab world, a few
Yeah.
limited rallies and gestures of
They
popular
seem to be hitting
solidarity took place
targets,
in
double
Jordan,
taps,
Yemen, and
and
Kuwait.
just to make
Arab
sure in the
governments,
end,
on
I
the other
think.
hand,
One to blow
seemed
it up, and the other one to make
either
sure. That's what it
silence
seemed to
or
be.
a nuanced call on all sides to avoid escalation.
Yeah, it's pretty
At
mental.
a UN Security Council meeting in New York, Russia, China, and Japan stressed the need for Israeli occupation of Palestinian lands to be addressed.
Yeah, you know that channel, that weird name channel that's got a four-way going on.
Al Jazeera.
Can we see where his feet are
Palestinian
coming
President
from?
Mahmoud Abbas spoke with the UN Secretary General and asked him to intervene and stop
They're coming from
Israeli
just like
aggression
random
on Gaza.
cameras that he has up, I
Abbas
think.
also called for aid to be
They're
allowed
not
into
his though,
Gaza
because they're all
to
over
avoid
the
a
country.
humanitarian catastrophe.
Yeah.
Here's the UN Secretary General
Picking them up from
speaking
somewhere,
on
like.
While I recognize Israel's legitimate security concerns, I also remind Israel that military operations must
Yeah,
be
if you see
conducted
anything,
in
Lease,
strict accordance
chuck it
with
on.
international
And
humanitarian law.
Yeah, these are literally from
Civilians
security
must
cameras. He's
be
getting these, so he's
respected
picking them
and
up off one of those
protected
like
at all
sites where you get
times.
security cameras, or he's
Repeated
picking it up
attack
off of
must
like
never be a
he's got
target.
literally the server fucking
We
you
already
know
have
the
reported
IP addresses
Israeli
for the
missiles
cameras or
striking
whatever.
health facilities inside Gaza, as
He's
well
got two
as
cameras at
multi-story
Gaza, one at
residential
Ashdod
towers
and one at
and
Tel
mosques.
Aviv.
I'm deeply distressed by today's announcement that Israel will initiate a complete siege of the Gaza Strip, nothing allowed in, no electricity, food, or fuel. The humanitarian situation in Gaza was extremely dire before these hostilities. Now it will only deteriorate exponentially.
Well, Shihab Ratansi is at the UN for us. So during crises like this, Shihab, the UN is where you really see who thinks what, right? Who's taking what side. What did you learn today?
I see Super J in the
It's
chat
interesting.
again.
There's quite a discussion underway now about the UN Secretary General's statement. We know from the closed consultations and
I think I know
ambassadors and
why you
representatives
didn't bring
said
anything
after
forward
and
yesterday,
before
because
the
I was looking for
consultations
it last
where
night and I
the
couldn't
main
find
players on the Security Council stand,
your
Russia
channel,
and
man.
China, clearly calling for
I'm really sorry to
a
hear that,
ceasefire, a
if that's
return
the
to peace
case.
negotiations immediately, condemning violence. The US's main concern is simply condemning Hamas, and it would appear trying to get some kind of green light to whatever Israel is planning to do next. The UN Secretary General, in his statement then, a few hours ago, his language was rather interesting. When it came to Palestinian attacks on Israel and Israeli civilians, he condemned them. He called for a cessation of Hamas attacks. But when it came to the Israelis, and the Israeli attacks, the bombardment of Gaza, the collective punishment of Gaza, the killing of Palestinian civilians, that
Leaf,
Secretary General simply said
can
he
we
was
turn their
alarmed
volume
by
down a
it.
little bit more,
Alarmed
please, love?
versus condemned. And when he talked about the siege there,
That's
he simply
it.
said he was distressed
That's
by
brilliant.
the siege, which is completely against
Nice
every
one.
international law that the UN
It's
has
a bit loud, wasn't it?
all the Geneva Conventions, international humanitarian law, and
There's
so
some
on.
pomps banging on
He
that.
was asked, actually, or at least the Secretary General's
Yeah, I
spokesperson
was gutted by that. Sorry
are
to
you
hear
calling
about
for a
that,
ceasefire from
Jay.
all sides? And the UN Secretary General spokesperson
Is there anywhere we can view him? You got on Rumble or anything? Big explosion, top right. Big explosion. Go back 10 seconds. Go back 10 seconds.
UN Secretary General is calling for an end to the
There's been a couple of explosions. You can see the dust coming up. Oh, that's from earlier on.
Yeah,
That's
that's
from
earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not live. I didn't think there's any shelling going on. Oh, wait, no, fuck. There's flashes going on the
On the main one.
on that Inquisix one.
Military actions
Okay.
in Gaza should
Bring it up then.
humanitarian law.
The thing is, in Quinix is it's silent basically, but
yeah, there's not.
There's a double standard being employed there.
Doesn't look like it's going off.
Really interesting language there. Thanks for walking us through it. And what do the main players?
Did you see the channel I was streaming yesterday? Willie OAM.
Positions are they adopting, and what are they calling?
No.
You should really check that channel out. So he's been reporting on the Ukraine war. He was over there for 6 months, reporting. YouTuber he is, and he's back in Australia now, and he's actually terminally ill. He's got a brain tumor, and Yeah, but he's done some amazing reports on Ukraine, daily reports, and he's reported on the 2 British mercenaries that were fighting for the Foreign Legion, or they were fighting for the Foreign Legion. They were, and they got murdered while they were out there. And they got murdered by fellow mercenaries.
Right, reporting from
Yeah.
the United Nations
That's
headquarters.
pretty mental.
Separately as well, separately. That they weren't killed together. There was no connection.
It is. Let me see. It's about 10. It's past 10 p.m.
Yeah, and he reported on that, and you'll see it on his channel. That he does 30-minute videos. It didn't make mainstream media like the papers, but it was just like it's like they just put it up and it's gone in next day, innit? And it's chip paper, but it's he actually interviewed one of the prime suspects.
What we've seen so far in terms of the raids on Gaza.
Fucking hell. Well, they actually had suspects then.
Yeah, so an accessory rather than a suspect. They reckon that they led this British citizen. He led him to go with this chap, and this chap then said he accidentally shot him in the head.
He accidentally shot him in the head.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he did. I mean, that's the thing. If you go dicking around in the war zone, like as a merc, or whatever,
No, they weren't in the war zone. They weren't in the war zone. They were away from the war scene. They were away from the front.
Yeah.
They were just in Ukraine at the time, right?
He would say that Hamas
Yeah, and the accused accessory to the murder, actually gave an interview with him.
But he is killing entire families in Gaza.
That's pretty base.
and he gave an interview, and he gave an interview to him after he was accused, after the crime. So he didn't do it before the crime, like so. The whole interview was Willie questioning him about what happened.
Yeah.
And the Ukrainians aren't even looking at it. They're not even interested, basically. And the one chap who's admitted to killing him accidentally is called Soldier A, and the A stands for
you just look at the death tolls.
Abdul, I think. That's the because I found out the chap's real name, and it's not Abdul, but it's an Arabic name. He's an Australian. He's an Australian national fighting in the Foreign Legion in Ukraine.
Oh, right, mad.
Standing on the wrong side of history. We are witnessing thousands of people losing their lives. Multilateralism and diplomacy.
I'm just looking. I'm finding some other streams as well.
The Marshall Plan approach was doomed to fail again. If not wrapped with a political.
If it seems like most of the fighting went down about sort of like 5-6 o'clock, like.
Well, yeah, it was. Well, I was in work today, and at about 12 o'clock, it was carnage out there. It was fucking carnage.
Yeah. But sorry, I mean, most of the fighting was winding down by about 5-6 o'clock. It seems like it's a bit more chilled out at the moment, don't it, from the streams I've been looking through.
More impunity to Israel's continued crimes and collective punishments.
I think there's a little bit of shit on fire here and there.
Must not fail the
do you know how many paragliders they set off? Because
there's quite a few, weren't there, though?
Yeah, so I've seen quite a lot in the air. I've seen maybe 20 in the air, and they were the ones that attacked the festival.
And even though we're at the very beginning of this one,
and
can be resolved.
Just for the people who weren't there earlier on, they went there. They lined the people up they could get hold of, and they did unimaginable things to their girlfriends, and then let them watch it, and then finished them all off.
Mediation, and here I must mention the efforts that are being.
There weren't any witnesses, did they?
other states.
Yeah, I reckon a lot of the shit we hear is fucking propaganda and psyops and stuff. Most of the videos you see from like Ukrainians, like people who just don't even want to be involved, getting like a grenade dropped on them by some Zoomer with an Xbox controller. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's fucking war's so gay in comparison to how like cool shit gets made out. Like, we would rape and pillage and drink from the blood of the skulls from our enemies and that. It's like they drone
Alex,
each other and shit.
Yeah, I know, I understand that, but Alex, I have seen two women that were they were kidnapped. One had all bloods coming from her rear end, and was clearly.
Although don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Hamas are not a bunch of savages.
I know, but I know, but have you seen the German girl? The German.
From the rave.
Yeah, I mean her legs. I don't know what they did to her legs. They look like they messed her legs up to get her into the Jeep. I don't know.
The concern is that there's a number of Americans there. They have no firm information on that, but they know that there are a number of Israeli Americans and a number of Americans that are unaccounted for.
That's my problem. I don't quite understand how Israel didn't know this was going to be happening.
Yeah, this has been said time and time again. This is a key point in that.
So Mossad, on paper, I would suggest, are one of the most successful intelligence services in the world. They may not be the biggest, but I would suggest they're one of the most infamous for the way they carry out their
saying that they will give them resources and equipment, including munitions, which means that they're aware that the Israelis
with the old, with the old communications
need to be replenished. The way they will do that is with
tapping and
help.
stuff.
Alan, how much is
it's all sorted out there, isn't it?
Thinking about domestic
well, more importantly, apart from all the technology,
you've got Congress
from what I hear of what goes on in Gaza, there's lots of people that work with Israel, right?
And just talk.
Yeah,
like informants, lots and lots and lots. So for them to go about all this huge operation, and there was multiple layers to this operation, and for
multiple layers. Step 1, getting glider with AK. Step 2, flying to rave and shoot people.
But it was
multiple layers. A well thought out plan. As I said earlier, brother, it's like fuck. If we only would have known during COVID, we could have had a full on revolution with a couple of fans and some kites. Do you know what I mean? Like, if only.
No politician in the United States has ever lost votes.
It was a well coordinated attack, and it was done by many.
It wasn't even well coordinated though. The fact is, it was completely brazen in a place where they wouldn't expect it. So you could just walk into Alton Towers and start machine gunning people down. It would be a very successful attack, probably. Yeah, right. But reality is, it's only because they're not expecting a madman with starts machine gunning people at Alton Towers. I think quite similarly to how, with tensions the way they are between Israel and Palestine, they weren't really fucking expecting a bunch of people to come flying in, on fucking glider things, shooting at people. So I don't think it's even that it's that I do think that
but forget about
the fact that they've
Forget about the gliders. I know it sounds crazy. A load of them went in on motorbikes. A load of them went in on motorbikes.
Mountain bikes would have been even funnier. I wouldn't even be surprised, brother. I wouldn't even be surprised.
But it worked again, So.
We try to balance these stories, the good, the bad.
And then when you got a mass of people,
to allow us into their lives, dignity and humanity as we tell their stories.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that with the connections between politically in their parties and stuff like that, then you're right that and you think the Israeli intelligence services would have supposedly known. It all stinks, doesn't it? Really, it all completely fucking stinks.
So I was led to believe maybe 10 years ago, watching things on Palestine and stuff, that Mossad is so far entrenched into Hamas, right? You know, with like the big fish in it and everything. You know, where they've either got them over a barrel, yeah, or they're you know, they're working for them for whatever, you know, but they're so like fully in, you know, the workings of Palestine and Hamas and Hezbollah and all that, that you couldn't, you know, it like you said, it doesn't make any reasonable sense that they could have managed this multi-pronged attack, and you'll laugh, but they did. But
no, I do agree with the multi-pronged part of like, because obviously there's coordination to various, you know.
Yeah.
Stay with us.
And it worked. I mean, they went through a tank field on motorbikes. Well, I suppose it'll leave a less of a footprint, and motorbikes might not set them off.
Did you see the dudes like without shoes and shit, like fucking capturing Israelis? It's like there's like dudes wearing no shoes, like fucking capturing Israeli generals and crap. Like, no, maybe not generals, but like it's
I seen the general wearing his boxer shorts barefooted.
Yeah, that's right. I saw him. He got captured. Do you see they deleted out the guns from the picture?
Yes, and their faces. Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah. Where are they? Alternative media on the ground in Israel. Yeah, we need some Jewish grassroots media. Some alternative Jewish media. Words I never thought I'd say.
I heard Hezbollah are fighting from Lebanon now as well. So
can we crowdfund like a sat phone connection to get dropped into like, or a crowdfund like some Starlink subscription or some shit for like Hamas so that they can live stream for us?
Well, I've got to say, if you've got Starlink, right, which you're getting just super crisp. I mean, I watch a lot of sailing videos and a lot of like big adventure stuff, and when they're using Starlink, they said it's ridiculous. They're getting like far better reception than they get on land.
Yeah,
and like when they're set up, it's pretty painless.
Well, yeah, let's. I mean, actually, no, we're not allowed to fund terrorists, are we? Let's just give it to like Palestinian children or something, so that they can live stream it for us.
Well, remember he was called a Putin right. Let's take that off there a minute.
Israel has also declared a total blockade of the Gaza Strip. That means cutting off food, water, and electricity.
Oh, people want to see the microlight footage, Welshie.
Okay.
Have you got like one of the videos downloaded or anything?
Yeah, well, if you want to get it up, mate, there's the issue you've got is the microlight footage I shown you was there's a video showing the festival, what happened at the start when it was good.
Yeah.
And then so put down Festival Israel, 100% come up. You'll see a girl there with dark hair with glasses in the first picture, and a guy with like a mustache. That's what will come up on the first couple of seconds. Now, if you look in the distance, you can see put that back up at the stage. You can see the hang gliders in the distance. Well, if you just put paragliders in, maybe you'll get better ones then. We want the
can have to freestyle.
So the first part of that video you can show on here, but the second part of the video we've got to take away.
All right. I mean, I don't know if this is what video this is or what, but this is just the one with the gliders coming in, I think. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, okay, that's the one, right? Okay, we can watch that, and I'll pull it off in a minute. Okay, wait there. Let me put that up. Add to stage. Okay. Oh, wait there. Why is that only a small one? But there we go. So in the distance, you're able to see the hang gliders. There they are in the distance. All right, we need to take this off soon. Take this off. Yeah, I don't know if you can get let's add that to Steve. Oh bugger. Where is that as well?
Shall I turn mine off?
It's just showing stuff in there, and it's all right.
Shall I stop my screen?
Yeah, do you want to put Equinox on, or is it, what's it called? That four-way? See the four-way showing? I know it's not showing an awful lot. If anyone in the chat has got any worldwide protests for and against, and if it got spicy, bring them forward. So what's up got there? What's that one up? Is that the Israel bit? Is that the festival bit? Yeah. Are you watching that in the back chat then?
Or me, I'm just watching it. Not doing nothing.
Oh, where's Untainable? Untainable's not here, wait there. Take
Oh, God.
Yeah, Untainable. You can't show that, mate. I can't put that on. You're that thing. You're the thing. You need to put it down. What's that then? Let me see what this is.
Advert.
Add to stream. Okay, yeah, that's all right, mate.
Yeah, security did seem to know what was going on, but I mean, I guess it is their job, isn't it? Like, but you know.
I mean, it's awful what happens. Yeah, obviously. I mean, just outright just taking out kids, basically, isn't it? Yeah. Is there any footage of the paragliders, UP, with
Yeah, there is. I just can't find the fucking videos because I didn't save any of them.
Yeah, I've seen that demonstration one, but I wanted to see the real one where they were in the sky actually.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to find. I don't know what.
You do see it. You do see it. I'm sure they would have cut it like if you just put. Well, like I said, I was so surprised that no Israelis seem to have any guns out there at all. Because in all truthfulness, an AK, I know they're not very good at distance, but a bit like point and go, innit? You know what I mean? You would have been sitting duck in the sky if there's a rifle underneath you, or an automatic, or a semi-automatic.
Oh yeah, they're not protected. Those fucking things. You're just like. Oh, I can't find any of the fucking videos of the glider crane. How psyop annoying is this, eh?
That's terrible. When you put down Hamas paraglider.
Yeah. I literally have, mate. I've got Gaza attack gliders and stuff. I've got you get a couple of seconds of one of the powered fucking glider things, and then you've got some well shot kind of slick footage that
you might find it on Telegram.
Yeah, I've got one up there now.
Okay, let's have a
look.
Okay,
before me.
Let's have a look. Lisa's on it. Let's have a look. Okay.
Good work, Lisa.
Yeah, that's it. That's pretty low. I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, this was the only fucking one I could find, I think, with the single one.
Oh, no. See, yeah.
You're talking about the one where they had the multiple ones coming in.
Yeah. That's the one.
And it was like a sort of orangey sky. I know the one you mean, but I can't find that fucking video anywhere now. It's got to be somewhere.
I think it's on the front of that video that you were watching. If you have a look at the front of it, you might see it. Because, it looked quite menacing then. You literally just seen 20 of them in the sky. Yeah, that's not the exact thing we're looking at. Yeah. Isn't that funny? I mean, if putting down paraglider Hamas and you're not getting anything coming up, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm getting them, but just not the right one. Now, oh wait, here we go. I've got the one where the people are dancing in front, and there's one Jew filming it, looking around, and there's another guy filming it.
Yeah, that's the festival. Then that's the footage I see. Yeah, go on, play that.
I'll send it to Lisa, and she can present it on. I'll put it in the back chat. And then,
yeah.
There you go. It's that one.
Let's have a look. Yeah, do you know how to present it full screen?
Yeah, I do now. To be fair, actually, on thingy, but I'm running it through. I can still probably do that, can't Hamas paragliders. This one.
Okay, that's
It's in the back. You got it?
Well, Lisa's done it.
Oh, this is good. It's cool.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That's all right. I'll stop sharing them.
I was going to just. Okay, I was going to test to see if you got it right. But, okay.
Obviously, because the footage is like quite. Whose fucking phone films in this low quality in 2023?
I know.
Is all I'm going to say.
You just need 720 or 1080.
Yeah, why is it like 240 fucking p or something? What is going on?
Yeah, so we need to stop this soon. Remove. Remove this, Luce. Remove. Okay. I removed up. I did.
Killing's okay on YouTube. I thought they don't care about killing. There's got loads of killing. In fact, all these news channels, those are like independent and major things, aren't they?
Yeah, did that come from YouTube?
Yeah, man, that was all on YouTube.
Yeah, I remember.
That was from like the fucking Independent or something.
I remember I took a strike from on YouTube for showing Tiffany Dover collapsing.
Oh God, that was because that was related to vax stuff, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I didn't commentate.
Which they don't care about as much now.
Yeah, I didn't commentate on it. I got the clip from YouTube, right, from Legacy Media Channel. It was from and they struck me for it, and I said, well, I got it from ABC News. Yeah, and I didn't even comment on it, and even my title wasn't toxic in any way. I think it just said
they were super fucking hot on all that stuff, weren't they? That's the problem. Anything to do with that sort of shit at the time, they were ridiculously hot on.
Yeah, I ended up I appealed it, and I said to you, there's 5 legacy media channels that it's on your platform today, and they're all showing the same clip. And they went, no, you're not successful. So yeah.
Well, they didn't let you appeal that. Oh, that's fucking stupid. I appealed one once, and they overturned it, and they said it was medical misinformation, but it was a geezer talking about his kid having a bad reaction to MMR vaccine. And I said he wasn't talking about the COVID vaccine, which is in your policy. He was talking about MMR, and they actually fucking overturned it. Much to my my I couldn't believe it. They overturned it, and then they must have changed the medical misinformation policy a bit after that to be a bit wider again.
Wow, it's good days, mate.
But I could not believe that they overturned it at the time. I was like, "What the fuck, really? Okay, sweet."
Yeah, I'm putting a call out.
Cyprus, one click. He's got. I was multi-stream with the.
Yeah.
Cams.
If if you want to view any links that comes in, anyone in the chat, we got any protests from around the world?
You probably won't be able to drop a link in the chat because I think YouTube shows it. But like, if you tell us the name of the channel or whatever, we can bring it up.
Yeah, that's right. If you give us the channel name. Because what we can do, we can pick it up, and even if it's alive, we can just scroll. You can scroll up to the.
I probably need to make a GIF of Rishi Sunak's skull cap falling off. Apparently, the skull cap just fell off on that prayer service stream we were watching before.
Wow. He's awkward as fuck, isn't he?
Yeah. Is he just leaving it off? I can't see it. The problem is it's really small and at the back of his head, so you can't tell if he's got it on or not. Oh, yeah, there he is. He's got it on. Is he just going to ignore the fact it falls off? Oh, no, he's just popped it back up.
Now, if that was Joe Biden, you'd ignore it.
Joe Biden wouldn't even fucking know it had fell off, mate. Oh, it's come off again. There we go. No, he's taken it off altogether. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to make a little clip of that because that's funny.
He's never wore it before tonight, did he? Literally just put it on tonight.
That's just isn't that? I don't know. Like, is that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it? What's the point? I don't know. If you're not,
if you're not Jewish,
he's a Hindu, isn't he?
Yeah. If you're not Jewish, why would you wear it? Is it a kippah?
Yeah.
Why would you wear a kippah if you want Jew? I thought that would be like, solely if you're a Jew.
Yeah, that's what I'm sort of thinking. Like, it's like, what's the point? Like, if you, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a hijab or anything where you do it for modesty and stuff. There's no modesty involved in it. I thought there was a reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe it's because like Hindus always like putting a dot on people's head just for fun. So I guess they figured that like, why not just like pop on the old kippur and
or like Justin Castro with his Nazi impressions and
some of the cringe like ethnic knee bending that they do sometimes is just like, it's just beyond the joke.
I think there's many videos of Justin doing his virtue signaling. It's hilarious. He was wearing all the Indian gear, wasn't he? And,
yeah, I've seen him in the Indian gear and fucking when they all dressed up in the African stuff and just loads of cringe shit like that. It's awful, and that.
It's fucking terrible. It's so bad.
It does make for good memes.
Have you seen Justin Castro get like roasted in public? Have you seen how he reacts?
Oh no, that was fairly recent, wasn't it? I don't think I watched that.
Mate,
I don't think I watched that.
He gets roasted near whenever he goes. Basically, there's just people following him around now. Literally, there's always people there, and he seems to like enjoy it. So everyone's
masochistic.
Everyone's calling him all the worst things under the sun, and they don't do anything as security. They don't stop anyone from screaming at him. It's a bit like America, And he spoke to this chap the other day. He spoke to one of the people that roasted him. He didn't roast him until he was like 6 feet from him, though. He literally just kept quiet and he came close to him. He was like, you tyrant, you froze people's bank accounts and all that. And the medical.
They should just keep, I say harassing him, they should just keep laying it on him, shouldn't they? After all the shit he done and got away with.
Well, he actually when he mentioned it, he reverted back to Putin, Russian propaganda.
Yeah, fucking hell. It's beyond the joking. The funny thing is, it's like there's these fucking politicians, these stooges who have like built up all this fucking bad sentiment against them for all the shit they've done over the past decade or whatever. It's like the normies will just then believe, oh, we're getting rid of them and voting in some new people, and like it's just like it's just uni-party bullshit, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. I do know we've been using it. We have, Mac. If you could, Lise, could you put in I never come pronounce
Inquisix.
That's it. But yeah, I mean, Justin Castro is a whole new level of narcissist. As long as he's getting attention, he's fucking pretty happy about it. But
yeah, that's fucking funny.
There's nothing better than let me get that up there. I think we got it up. We got the 4-way up. Here it comes. When they didn't give a standing ovation twice for a 98-year-old Ukrainian Nazi, that really takes the biscuit of. No. I think Rotten Politics insinuated that Dave from UNN broke that story.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of that is true, but
I saw someone else say that same thing as well. So I don't know if that's just the rumor and how it spreads or what. But
do you hear the same thing?
Yeah.
It was UNN that broke it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was true, but it's amazing the sting you got there, like, So I was told he heard the name. He just said, let me just Google that name.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Fucking hell.
when it was that easy.
Top journalism, bro. That's
Well,
good stuff.
Of course, they're so virtuous. What, he's Ukrainian? Wow, brilliant. Yeah, what he did, he fought against the Russians in the Second World War. And these liberals went to school, but they didn't really concentrate on history or weren't interested. And then was she even talking about something different? They didn't even understand recent history. It's not even that long ago.
They're just so good. That's what I said about the current thing, isn't it? Again, it goes back to just like how quickly the current thing just fucking completely replaces. Like we said, there's fucking how many 6,000-7,000 people ever watching that the Gaza one, and 70 people watching the Ukraine stream from the same thing. It's like the current thing just switches, and they all just fucking forget what happened.
Yeah, and they're so cloaked by reality as well. I mean, anyone with GCSE history would know that during the Second World War, the Russians were part of the Allies.
Yeah.
But for some reason, and the thing is, it must have passed loads of people to get into Parliament.
Yeah, it kind of does make you reassess how competent they might be overall.
Yeah, so it's like the Speaker of the House took the blame. Well, he took the bullets, didn't he? He took the fucking bullets. He took it right in his forehead. But how many people did that have to get past for that guy to be in Parliament and for them to give him a good shout out? Big up. Yana, Yana, middle name Hitler.
Adolf.
And they all clapped like seals. Sadly, they all crazy.
I think there's going to be many more retarded, increasingly retarded clown world things like that just keep happening because that whole competency crisis kind of concept and that sort of thing. They're getting lazier with the psyops.
Well, did you see Justin Castro's response when he actually made a response after one of the most embarrassing things in modern Canadian parliamentary history, with proceedings and stuff?
No, I just saw a little bit of a video of him groveling basically and saying they'd made a big mistake and la-di-da.
Yeah, but yeah, he said it's awful, and and then he said, but we've got to stop this Russian propaganda, this disinformation, and that's how he finished it. So it had nothing to do with Russia. Right? The guy wasn't even Russian. He was fighting the Russians, but he blames it. He literally twisted an apology into Russian disinformation.
Yeah, well, of course they manage to do it every time. Like, it does make you wonder if, this is a little bit uncontrolled. It doesn't. Everything's a fucking psyop, isn't it? That's rule one. I mean, you sort of think, oh, maybe Hamas are just that fucking skit, so that they just kind of have kicked off and thrown a bit of a spanner in the works because no one's really fucking interested in Ukraine now, are they? Do you know what I mean? The whole Russia hate thing. People have just literally forgotten about that overnight, and everything's on Israel Palestine now. And you've got a lot of retards taking sides, and then you've got quite a large majority of people, it seems, who are kind of leave us out of it. We don't care.
See you later, man.
See you, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, I mean, like this Ukraine, right? I mean, I watch. Is it Beeb Union Beeb Union? And Willie, and on a regular, and I watch a lot of Telegram channels.
Yeah,
but of course they're very much pro and very much Russian. You're not getting any real the Telegram setups from what I see from those sort of. They're either pro or against, aren't they? So, but what I'm seeing on the more neutral channels, there's not much going on. there's not much going on. And in the last couple of days, Russia has taken the initiative back because the Ukraine ain't getting anywhere at the moment. They're not moving forward. There's not much action going on. And what I found out the other day, they've only taken back 1% of what they lost in their current offensive, in like the last 3 months offensive. 1%.
Yeah.
Well, they've lost about 50,000, 80,000 men. If you're doing the attacking, the kill rate for the attackers, it's something like 5 to 10 to 1.
That's not great odds, is it?
Yeah, I mean, and the Russians are renowned for, from what I'm hearing, to big artillery and not really moving forward. They seem to be more happier just sat there and just taking whatever comes their way, really. And
yeah, well, basically, Ukraine is the benefits scrounger of the world. Yeah, like they really don't deserve any money from anyone, but they keep getting it. It's kind of a bit like Israel, really. They just like without the support of like the rest of the world, then they just get completely rolled over immediately, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah,
Like, and so once the rest of the world stop giving them shit, then it just pretty much comes to an end.
Yeah. Well, even the Biden administration, one of the big cheeses from the Biden administration, said that it's one of the most corrupt countries in the world. He said it very recently.
Yeah. Well, it's fucking. It was known as that, man. The whole fucking thing was about like bio labs and, do you know what I mean? Like,
but it's
fucking
like
slush funds and.
Yeah, but it's like kung flu, isn't it? You know where they called you all crazies for the first 18 months, and then after about 18 months,
yeah,
the pendulum twist.
The narrative switches.
Yeah. And it's a bit like that with Ukraine. I mean, I used to mention with NATO bases how close it was to Russia in 1991, and then there's like one from 2021. It's just like, wow, it's like you've literally surrounded Russia from 3 angles. The only way you haven't got them is from up north, but then there's nothing up north. There's only Russia up north. So you basically, if you could have surrounded them, you would have. Because
well, yeah, I mean, we know what the UN's, NATO's goals and stuff are, don't we? Like,
Yeah. Well, there's 700 American bases in the world, which I thought was quite a lot.
Yeah, mate. America got bases everywhere. It's the global American empire, isn't it?
And I think Russia's got 12 or 18.
Yeah. Soft power, lol. Yeah, I mean, I wonder what the narrative switches will be with this conflict. It'd be interesting, right, to see what sort of little games they play with the narrative switching. Are they trying to turn Jews into the good guys? Because that's never going to work.
Well, I think they've got about a week, maybe 10 days, and they're gonna have to fucking stop.
Yeah.
Because I can't see, international opinion, regardless of what horrendous stuff that has went on. And let's be honest about it, I've seen it all.
Yeah.
It's horrific, disgusting. International opinion's not going to be going. It's going to be turning now. So it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. But I mean, I think it was Netanyahu. You said that they were going to just kick everyone out, basically. In the end, one of the they'll just depopulate the place for Arabs.
I mean, haven't they been kind of trying to do that for years?
Yeah,
and putting new settlements on their land and stuff for years, and
we know Egypt's not going to take them. We know Qatar's not going to take them. We know everyone else is not going to take them. The only countries will be Germany's. Germany's woken up now. Sweden definitely has, but they're going to be coming anyway. have you seen the latest stuff going on with Sweden at the moment?
No.
So the Prime Minister said that left-wing Prime Minister said the multiculturalism has failed.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. Basically, it's shit's gone too far, essentially.
So basically, they called in the army last week. I don't know if you want to Google it.
Fuck.
They called in the army to deal with the gangs, which I suggest is quite an extreme move.
Yeah.
But then I did see a meme of the army during Pride, and then I thought, maybe not. You can imagine Swedish army, can't you? It's just like, the British, exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I was watching some little documentary thing on where was it? Denmark, and they're like far right, as it were, there, and it was like centering on like this politician and stuff, and he went out and like burnt the Quran in public and shit, and the police protected him while he did it and everything, because like, and they were saying like, the spin of the documentary was like, oh, they gone too far with tolerance or whatever here, like, and they're allowing this kind of hate. But all the comments were supportive of this politician and saying like, no, like these Muslims are taking over our countries, and why would you come from a country where your system has failed and you want to come and impose that failed system onto this other country which is successful? It's like, all these comments, they're all supportive of like the anti-immigration position.
So your comment about their system is correct, but let's be honest about it. They're not coming over because their system's failed. They're coming over here because they've been persecuted, haven't they?
Well, in this case, yeah. I mean, I was just sort of talking about a lot of immigration in general. But
when you're claiming asylum, there'll be a number of things, that would qualify for asylum.
Mate, there's some countries where basically just being from that country qualifies you for asylum. So we've got hundreds of millions of people who basically just qualified to come to our country. Like, when you basically just take it how it is, we're fucked. Like, we are. I mean, people have been saying it's over for years, but like, by the time the average normie wakes up to the way things are going, mate, like, it's going to be so far gone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know, mate. I know. But it's funny, they're supposed to be like your point said, they're supposed to be, because they've got a failed system. But odds on they were persecuted for either sexuality or their religion, etc. But then they want to bring these ideologies in the extreme way they do over to the UK.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people were saying in the comments. Is that some people were saying like, some people were saying like, oh, I'm an immigrant, but like I completely integrated, learned as much of the culture as I could, everything like that, and I wouldn't, expect people to come and try and change. Do you know what I mean? But it worked like every way. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine if obviously, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? Really, like you say, these ideologies are not. They're not our ideologies, regardless of anything else. They're not our ideologies of people of like Celtic, Anglo-Saxon, this kind of Norman descent. You know what I mean? Like, it's it's been proven to not fucking work here by this stage, and it's only getting more and more obvious. And you just kind of wonder what level it's going to get to before there is a backlash here, because now you're saying about the backlash in Sweden and stuff like that. I mean, did we ever really think hyper-progressive Sweden was going to see left-wing politicians backlashing against this?
Well, and from what I read about it, basically they've turned a blind eye to it for 10 years because it's been going on now for a long time. And the reason why is because they were just blowing up each other or blowing up their own shops. Grenades are a big thing in Sweden. I don't know what it is. But they seem to be big on grenades, and they were just rolling grenades into the barbers, the usual sort of craziness. And the Swedes, even though like you're hearing about it over here, seem to not do anything about it until it started affecting the wider community.
Yeah.
And like I said, they've just gone bolder. They've just gone bolder and bigger, and of course, this comes to the stage now where they can't ignore it anymore. Basically can't ignore it.
I think maybe that's it, because that was always my theory on protests and stuff like that. It was like basically people won't go out and kick up a fuss and protest or riot or whatever like that until their material conditions become like worsened in some way that's enough to force them out. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I
don't know
it's
if
the same with this. Until the shit's on people's doorsteps and like affecting them daily, then they're probably not going to be.
Do you want to see if you can set up Al Jazeera English? See if you can put it on as present. Just so if you.
Let me have a little look.
I know Lise can do it, obviously, but let's see if you can do it. Just because. Have you got to press more at the bottom and then go into that bit?
No, there's a bit that says present or something.
Oh.
You might not have it on your because you're like
You're the
doing
host.
You're the host, yeah. But as when you joined, you can go on present down the bottom, and then you can share screen or video file or slides.
We got the background at the moment. That's Lisa. That is Lisa. There we go.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
that's not me. That's stage music. Yeah, I do live with someone, see.
Unless you're willing to travel to one of his rare live performances or installations.
Go on mute though, Lise, because it's coming on the stream.
Right, present, share screen.
Okay. Oh.
This is just a random one that I've got.
Okay, so let me bring it in. I need to bring it in as the stage.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So you can.
Yeah, so I just use the present function. Yeah, so I know how to do it now. You just join with one user. You don't have to come back in multiple times. You just like go on present, and then you can bring up stuff from that. I do. Yeah, I do get it now. I hadn't used the present thing as a guest on StreamYard before.
What about Al Jazeera, mate? Is that Al Jazeera? No, that's
that other. I was going to look and see if I could get Al Jazeera on there as well.
Have a look. Yeah, have a look first.
Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera live. They seem to be in the studio. 40,000 people watching now.
Complete siege of Gaza.
Try the live panel. Turn it down a bit, Lise. Yeah, try the live. You know the live bands on the. When you go like trending and on live or whatever it is.
Yeah, I've got. There's a few Al Jazeera. There's Al Jazeera. Yeah, Al Jazeera English is the only live Al Jazeera one.
Yeah, but and just another live, not Al Jazeera, just a live from.
A video stream.
Yeah, just.
I think they're mostly wound down now. The only one that's going, because the fighting seems to have wound down for the evening. The only one that's going is that Inquisix one.
Inquisix,
I think.
Yeah.
And the other one that I had up as well, that random live Skylines one. But it does seem, from all the Skyline cams ever, it seems to be dark, and there's been no flashes for a while as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I say no flashes. There's been no big one. There's been like some little flashes here and there.
Yeah, but that's the thunderstorm.
Yeah, is that the lightning? Is it? Because there was lightning earlier.
Yeah.
People are saying there's little flashing points in the chat, not the big lightning storm. But I don't know, man. I don't think there's. Seems fairly quiet. Apparently, bombing's happening in the east part of Gaza.
So anything on Twitter, but if you put it in. Why is that screen so small as well? We need it bigger than it.
You got that Toronto one, haven't you?
This one, because I took it off full screen.
I've got Toronto as well. That
Swiftly protest.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to bring that up, and then we'll just fast forward it. We'll fast forward it until the good bits. I don't know if it is. I mean, Twitter might have a 2-minute video of Toronto instead of a YouTube like half-hour live. Yeah, try and suss that out. I know I can't. If I leave, I'll lose reception. That's
Yeah, I'll send her back.
Okay. Add stage.
You got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Yeah, we got no volume at the moment though. It's blippery, but I think the blippery is just a recorder.
Yeah, the only live cam streams I can find are the webcam ones.
Well, that's live now then. I see. So scroll back then, Lise, and just go from the start and just see. That's it. Use the little box to see if you see anything. That's what I do with loads of lives now, especially down like Speaker's Corner. I'll just scan through it.
See if we can get ahead here.
Is this news
What's
flare?
going on? Bay and Bluer. Approaching Bay and Bluer.
Oh, who's that? Durst is the worst. Who's that? Recognize that voice. What's the channel name on that?
Trouble Fun 69.
Trouble Fun 69. Never heard of it.
No.
Canadian.
So we're up to the date now, are we? I think so. Yeah. That's exactly it.
Inshallah. Did someone say there was Israelis like pro-Israel protest in London on Saturday or something at the Israeli embassy?
No, there was one. There was one.
That was the pro-Palestine one at the Israeli embassy tonight. Is there a pro-Israel one at the weekend? Someone said.
Well, there was one. There was one tonight outside Downing Street.
Well, there was pro-Israel.
Yeah.
Oh right, I thought I didn't see that one. I saw this obviously the bit of the stream we were watching earlier, the pro-Palestine one.
It looked good. It looked good-natured, which means it was well policed, I'd suggest.
Yeah.
Maya Tusi was live streaming it. The reception was dog awful. It was really bad. It was blipping in and out. He had bigger problems than Jim does sometimes on that box he uses.
That's not possible.
Yeah, it's a bitch, that thing he's got.
It's better now he ain't using it.
Yeah, it is better he's not using it. I said this to him.
Yeah, I know. We both said it to him. We both said it to him repeatedly.
And he got all angry,
finally
did he?
fucking stopped you. Yeah, he got repeatedly angry and then eventually stopped using it. It's because the reason he got angry is because he spent money on it and he had the hump. He'd spent money and it didn't work properly. That was basically
we were both doing it, weren't we? We were both saying it to him. He got me.
It is worse, Jim. It is much worse. We cannot watch it. It's unwatchable.
Yeah.
He's like, but I don't get the server. No, he's sorted out now. I think he's just got another SIM card for it or some shit, didn't he? I don't know what he's done. I can't remember whether he stopped using it for a bit, and I don't know if he sorted it or what. I don't remember now.
Well, the worst thing about it all, it wasn't a YouTube blip. It was a whole new, very
it was hanging. It was just like cutting out for fucking ages.
Yeah, and what it would do, well, the one live stream I did and the one live stream he did, we started at the same time, but I went for like 40 minutes longer.
Yeah,
but I didn't. It's just that.
It's just that much was missing by the end.
Yeah, so his stream was 40 minutes behind my stream was at the end.
Yeah, that was fucked.
And for the viewer, it was dog awful. I don't know.
Yeah, it's unwatchable. It's good now.
Feline prowl, I will.
I can't describe what it exactly was, but it
was just dropping basically. Instead of like transmitting for however long, it was just completely dropping. Like whenever the bit rate was going to a certain like.
But
YouTube, it drops and then comes back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What that was doing, it was dropping for 5 minutes, and then that's right, and then just carrying on from where it was. But it's all delayed.
Yeah, it was fucked. It was all fucked. It's good having the audio and everything off the camera, but
yeah, that's very good. But like I said,
you do what you can do, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, that's definitely improved these days. But like I said, if we were down in the street tonight, it'd have been the same reception problem down there because
it's usually shit at Parliament Square, to be honest.
Well, yeah, this is a Downing Street. When I've been at Downing Street, when there's protests there, the reception is terrible.
Yeah, exactly. That whole way along Whitehall and everything is just shit.
Trafalgar Square buffery.
Yeah, Trafalgar Square is beyond a joke. Like Trafalgar Square, I don't know what the fuck they've done if they've got blockers up or some shit. But as soon as you walk onto Trafalgar Square, you just lose all your fucking reception.
Yeah.
Well,
you think they'd have a big old 5G tower up in there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, a friend of mine, Philip Watkins, on Facebook, he's been streaming from an undisclosed location for a while now, and should we say the last week he can't get lives.
Yeah,
he's
that's
asking,
funny, isn't it?
And I said this to him, right? And I said to him, look, you need to go and speak to the neighbours. They all know you now, and see if you can bump their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah.
If you bump it off two or three households, specific households, then it'll just jump from one to the other, won't it? And it'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. It'll just take the one that's got the best connection, and it shouldn't hopefully fuck up your stream too much as it goes.
Wouldn't it just like Wi-Fi over to the next one when you move across?
Yeah. You might get a little bit of interruption as it switches between your connections, but it'd certainly be a lot quicker and more reliable than fucking if they're messing with the signal there or anything.
Well, he's saying there's something in the last week. It's just like no. And of course, he hasn't done nothing different. Yeah, there's no more people. There's no more people. It's just him doing the streaming. So it's not like getting so something's happened.
Yeah, there's a good chance as well. Like if they're having issues with that, and it's a thing, and they're like, okay, this is, a security concern or whatever like that, then they'll be able to contact like whoever, whatever networks are running the 4G, 5G, whatever towers in the area, and they could put like bandwidth caps on them and things like that, and have it so it makes it very so you can still use your internet and that, but it makes it really difficult to live stream because like your upload rate's like incredibly slow or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they could easily put in the request and have that done if they want to. So.
Can we stick Al Jazeera on just to see if
Al Jazeera.
Yeah, just to see. Can we have a look at it? You have a look at it just to see if it's just them talking or live.
Al Jazeera currently. I think it's just them chatting shit still.
Yeah, chatting shit.
Wonder if the Arabic one's more spicy. The Arabic one, they're just showing the sky cams and having one guy talk. There's nothing happening. They got a slightly closer zoomed in view over some rooftops and things like that, and it looks very quiet there now.
All right. Well, should we close it down?
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking knackered. I've got work in the morning.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I'm happy to hop on and have a little fucking look at some warfare from afar. In a way, it's kind of like, I mean, the protest streams are kind of more comfy to watch because like they kick off and there's all kinds of drama and you've got people on the ground. And these ones are a bit more depressing because you've got like people just getting shelled in buildings from miles away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, every time one of those missiles hit the ground, there's many people being killed.
Very likely, yeah, and probably money that we send to Israel paying for it.
All right. Cheers, pal, and thank you, Lisa.
Nice one, mate. Catch you later, Lisa. Have a good one.
See you later. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, have a good one,
Cheers,
lads and
everyone.
lasses. Yeah, catch you around.
Thanks,
Nice one, chat. Thank everyone in the chat again for coming through. Sorry, not much happened tonight, but that's the way it goes. Look for tomorrow night and see what happens tomorrow night. But take care, everyone, and don't forget, question everything.